The attendance tonight was 14,514. We've got 4 performance of the night bonuses going to Rufi, Costa, Pereira, and Caio. Any questions?
Hi.
Hey.
Just one first question. Thoughts on Jose Aldo? He was all these weeks talking about this being his final fight, and in the end, sound like he's open to meeting Dana, meeting Hunter, and discussing another fights. I know probably we're gonna have to wait for that meeting, but how is it for you to see Jose Aldo fighting and winning again, and being open to maybe doing another run for the title?
Yeah, I mean, that was unequivocally, that was the highlight of the night. That was, that fight. To me, the energy level was at peak during that fight. It seemed like the appreciation from the crowd, from everyone here in the arena, was as intense, as fervent as we've ever seen. So, I mean, from my perspective, he looked sharp, he looked quick, he looked engaged. He looked really, it looked like he enjoyed himself, which was different from, I think, the last few fights we saw prior to his retirement a few years ago. It was also special from our perspective to have him on the card. This is our 40th event in Brazil. Other than the U.S., we haven't gone anywhere else as many times as we've gone in Brazil. It was the 12th time that we've been to Rio. So to have the King of Rio on the card was incredibly special for everyone who participated in putting on this fight this week.
How hard was it to promote an event here in Rio, having a Madonna doing a concert on the same night?
I mean, we had 14,500 people. So from a promotion standpoint, listen, I think we've got our own community in this country. It was fine from a logistical standpoint. We had already booked everything. We had our hotels and transportation and flights, and so we were going. We weren't slowing down for anybody. I think the feeling in the city, it sort of felt like Rio was the center of the universe this week. It felt big. Lots of energy, and I have no idea how the concert went, but we weren't paying attention to it. This was our center of the universe, and we're glad that we put such a great card together because the fans got a treat.
There were times that the UFC came to Brazil like 4 or 5 times in a year, but as of recently, there was only like 2 times, two events here a year. Is that the plan for this year as well?
Yeah, I mean, it's fluid every year. For sort of the years prior to COVID, we aim to get here 3 times. We'll probably get here 2 times this year. We're still pushing to be a truly global sport, and so we want to make sure we've got enough events for all of our international regions. But make no mistake, Brazil is a priority market for us. Listen, we got 600 or so fighters in the UFC, 110 or so are Brazilian. We've got 20 ranked fighters. We've got 2 champions. And you've got up-and-comers, the performances by, take a look at the performance bonus winners, recipients, Rufi, Costa, Pereira, and Caio. I mean, these are people that are going to have a long career in the UFC.
It's been a while since the UFC hasn't gone to another country here in South America. Is there any players for the near future?
I mean, not in 2024, but, absolutely we're looking at it in 2025. We had successful events in Montevideo, in Santiago, Buenos Aires. The Mexico event, I know it's not South America, but the Mexico event in terms of Latin American, Spanish-speaking part of the world, that was a huge event for us. It was a big week. It's been a big push that Dana's had, obviously, for our Mexican-based strategy. Performance Institute opening. A number of new athletes coming into the UFC, preparations for the Sphere. So there's a big surge driven by Dana. So exciting to see how that plays out.
Just a final one. I was obviously here in the arena, but I've read online that apparently there were some issues with the streaming in the US, like people that bought pay-per-view but weren't able to watch it there.
Don't know. Yeah, didn't see that. Yes, sir.
Yeah, we saw that Jose Aldo made his walk with the crown of the king. How was the process? It was his idea or the organization idea?
It was Aldo's.
Aldo.
Thank you, Lillian.